Welcome to Love and Money Secrets TV. I'm your host, Dame Lillian Walker, and today I wanted to do a follow-up to how to get over a breakup in 5 steps. This is part 2. So I was editing today a book that I am writing called The Intuition Manifesto. And in 2019, as many of you know, I went through a breakup with my ex-boyfriend in March of 2019. And that was on March 23rd. And the day that that happened, it was late afternoon when this altercation took place. And I realized, that it was over. And in fact, I told him, to get out of my home, to leave. And I remember going through the different energetic processes. Of course, I cried. I locked myself in my bedroom, and I went through and I would go through the 5 steps in the first video. If you haven't watched the first video, I highly encourage you to watch that video first, and then come back and watch this second video. So this is part 2. So it's been it's a year and a half after, right? So here we are, 2020, September of 2020. We're in the middle of the pandemic and everything that's gone on this year. And 2019 was my year. I did like a huge 360. And to say that I had a personal revolution is an understatement, because I could have never anticipated that I was going to leapfrog from where I was into a whole other level, a whole other stratosphere. An entire other world opened up for me. Things that I could have never imagined started to happen. So fast forward to now. So it's been about 18 months. It's been about a year and a half now, because March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, so it's been exactly 18 months since then. And so today one of the things that I tested in 2019 with like really a lot of precision on a daily basis. Every time I woke up, even as I went to sleep, I was focused on my intuition and testing it. Every time I would get an intuitive hit, I would pay attention to it, and then I would act on it to see how often my intuition was right on the money, and the times when I on purpose didn't follow it, what the consequences as opposed to what the benefits were to following it. And I noticed that my intuition is really strong. It was crazy, the things that happened, the things that I manifested, and continue to manifest. So fast forward to today, and I've been editing again this book that I wrote. I followed my intuition a Friday night about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I wasn't planning on writing this book, and around 11:30 at night, my intuition told me, write a book on intuition. And I thought, oh, that would be kind of interesting. And I knew not to resist it, because I hear my intuition perfectly clear. So I'm like, okay, well, I know how this rolls, and I don't know what I'm even going to say. But I got the hit to write a book on intuition. So I opened up my document and I started to write, and I ended up pulling an all-nighter and writing the book in one sitting. It was like a 9-hour sitting from 11:30 at night till like 8 o'clock, 7:45 in the morning. So now fast forward today, it's taking much longer. I thought it would have been done by now. It took shorter to write the book than it has to edit the book. It took 2 days to do the book cover. There's a whole story behind that, which you'll read about it and learn about it when you get the book. If you get the book, which if you're watching this video, you're going to want to get it, because there's magic there. Manifesting according to God's infinite creation. Just by touching the book, there are things that are going to happen to you, which I'm very excited for you all. It's a very holy book that came through me. It's not my left brain. It was amazing. So as I'm doing some research today, and I'm doing some reading and just reveling in the awesomeness of today, because today's been very awesome, this day of September. So this information about vows, promises, oaths came across my desktop, and also knowledge about medallions and things like that. And I've known about the charge that you can put into things like crystals. Like this is a selenite crystal. And I'm aware of how energy works, 3D and otherwise, and at the quantum level. where you can't really see it with a naked eye, but you need to have a microscope or an electron microscope to evidence some of these things. And even, even in EEGs and EKGs and things like that. So as I'm thinking about this, the first image that my intuition brought to mind was this. So let me show it to you. Instead of moving it so quickly, let me show you. This is the thing. Now, the reason why this popped into my head was, when you say a vow, like when you get married, you take a vow, to honor, cherish, and obey till death do you part. Whatever, whether you had traditional vows or you wrote your own vows, there were words that were spoken, or words that were written and read and spoken by, a clergy or an official who wedded you and laced you together in the union of marriage, right? And then you exchanged wedding rings, and those wedding rings are charged with the energy of love and a certain intention, those vows that you spoke for each other, and then you exchange rings. And so you wear those rings, not only a symbol of your love, but it's also evidence of the vow and the oath and the promise that you make to each other, right? Okay, so the same thing is true when somebody gives you a gift. And so I remembered that this particular item had been given to me by my ex-boyfriend. And even though I didn't have it in my house, it was actually in my garage, it was still in my possession. And it was brought to my awareness that that energy still had a tie and a hold on me that was not to my benefit. And so as soon as I saw it, I thought, I need to go get it. So I need to go get it, and I need to make sure that I'm not in possession of it anymore. And then I realized also, my intuition told me, do a video, document this so that you can share this experience with others, because others are going to be carrying around these unfavorable energies that are not for your highest good and for the highest good of those all around you either. So anyhow, that's why I'm doing this video, because this is a great follow-up to the how to get over a breakup in 5 simple steps. This should be your 6th step. Although I did get rid of t-shirts that he had given me, interestingly enough, shortly after that, he had given me a shungite bracelet, and I wasn't, I was just minding my own business, and the next thing, that bracelet broke on its own, which I thought was very, very interesting. In fact, that was the first of the pieces of jewelry that I had. I never lose jewelry. Jewelry doesn't normally break on me or anything like that. So that was weird the way it just went. It's almost like it exploded off of my wrist. And I think it's because it was given to me by him and it no longer served a useful purpose in my life. And so it busted. Interestingly enough, I had 5, I think it was like 5 pieces of jewelry that broke on me. And it was all within 24 hours. It was uncanny. And when the first piece of jewelry broke, and then another piece of jewelry broke, and then another piece of jewelry, I'm like, what the heck? I knew that something was going on. Anyhow, so rather than segueing to that, I'm just letting you know that you pay attention to those things. So I am now going to dispose of this. This is no longer going to be in my possession. And then I'm going to do a follow-up video. It'll be a series on how to get over a breakup in 5 steps, and the part 2, and there will be a part 3, part 4, because I will do a video on, I'm going to do a 7-day follow-up to show you and I know that my intuition is going to tell me what I need to share with you and what things are directly tied to the releasing of this object that has an energetic charge to it. So, and I'll do a 7-day follow-up, and I'll do a 30-day follow-up, 60-day and 90-day follow-up, and we'll take it from there. Right now, I'm just being led to a 7-day, a 30-day, 60, and a 90-day follow-up. So thank you for tuning in, tapping, and turning on to this episode of Love and Money Secrets TV. And I really appreciate your tuning in, tapping, and turning on, and joining me here, whether it's live on the broadcast or you're catching it on the replay, it doesn't matter. Make no mistakes, if you are watching this video, I made this video for you. You are asking in 5D quantum. You're maybe praying, maybe you're meditating, looking for answers. And because you and I are connected, we are all connected. We are all one, because we're all brothers and sisters that, inhabit this globe. And so you and I co-created this moment in time. And so this is an answer to something that you've been asking questions about. So you may have you'll know what object it is that you need to release. It might be a pendant, it might be a ring, it might be a bracelet, it might be, who knows? In my case, I knew that it was this. So that's it. Thank you for tuning and tapping and turning on. Please like, because it would give me the warm fuzzies and warm my heart to know that you actually like this video. So please do click the like button. Share this video with a friend, anybody that you might know who is undergoing, either in the midst of a breakup or thinking about breaking up, or just broke up with someone, whether married, divorced, broke up with a fiance or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Send them this video. That's what this video is for, is to help people like you with families like yours, so that you don't have to suffer in pain longer than what's absolutely necessary. All breakups are painful. My divorce was very, very painful, and the breakup with my boyfriend was painful, but I didn't have to suffer nearly as much when I broke up with my boyfriend, because since I had more tools and I was more fine-tuned with my intuition. I knew how to do these 5 steps, and I did them all that evening immediately, and made all the difference in the world, because the next day I could have never anticipated feeling as free as I did. The very next day, I was totally fine. I was totally fine. I was at peace. I was energized like you could not believe, even though I'd only slept less than 2 hours. It was mind-boggling. It really made me wonder and ponder and think, and I kept on meditating and asking, and in my prayers and in my meditations asking. It's like, I was wondering if another shoe was going to drop, because I felt so good, which showed me that I was so on the right path. And it also prepared me for things that were to come. It was prepaving me, and I was really being uplifted. And that is the intention I set for you, that you too would be uplifted. Okay, I want this to be a long video. I want this to be short and sweet, to the point. It's part 2 to how to get over a breakup in 5 steps. And I will do a follow-up video in the next 7 days, and you'll see this unedited version. Always, you'll see it here on Lillian Walker YouTube channel. But if you want to see the edited version, go to Love and Money Secrets TV. You can also get there by going to the domain on your URL, damelillianwalker.com, and it'll take you straight to Love and Money Secrets TV. So thank you for tuning in, tapping in, turning on, and ciao for now. From my heart to yours. Hit that notification button. Boom, smash it so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Ciao for now. Where's the end button? There it is. I'm still trying to log off. Bye-bye. 3 times a charm.